Any of you feel like walking contradictions? Partly truth, partly fiction. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, welcome to our world. I know, isn't it strange? The past few months, if you're like me, you've kind of floated in and out of 3D into 5D and floated out of that, and you found yourself grasping for what you feel is the security that you know is in 3D, and yet at the same time realizing it just doesn't hold the same security that it used to. Have you felt that?
Yes.
It's a crazy world out there. It's a crazy world in here. Okay, the light you are becoming. That really is the emphasis here in today's communication. The light you are becoming. But in order for you to actualize that, it always helps to get a clearer picture of what is and what isn't. Because often what we think is, isn't. And what we think isn't, is. So we need some clarity. If you're like me, then you probably haven't fully claimed your 5D being. You experience it from time to time. And isn't it wonderful when you do? Yes. Such a joy, such a clarity. It's as if somehow or another you spanned the chasm of one-dimensional reality to another. And when you're there in that expansiveness of 5D, there's a part of you that comes alive that hasn't been alive since you can't remember. But with the stuff that's going on in the world right now, such attention grabbers, aren't they? Just astounding. And you put on your, "Here I come to save the day!" Well, you know, after all, you have the understanding. So you feel like you're the one who needs to jump into the fray and get everybody back on the right track before they completely fall off the edge of the world, only to then stop and think, wait a minute. Did I cause this? Am I responsible for this? Is this a part of 3D or is it a part of 5D? And these really are wonderful opportunities for us to get clear about what's going on here. Now, if you have some things that you need to go ahead and take care of, you need to get some karmic debt settled, get them settled and done. Get them over with. But as soon as you do, don't stay stuck in that lower dimensional reality where you were getting things solved. Let yourself lighten back up. Start filling yourself with gratitude, with love, with praise, with thanksgiving, so that you can rise up again and get back into an ascension that leads you into 5D. One thing for sure, you hang around in both of them and you start getting a feeling that 3D fear, you take it to 5D, and my God, is it ever amplified. It's stronger than ever before. And when it's like that, it's as if you open yourself up psychically and you invite all kinds of negative influences to come in with that amped up energy. Boy, is it ever intensified. Any of you have some really interesting dreams that you wish you never had before? Yes. Or encounters with others that you say, what happened here? You feel like you need to protect yourself, you need to take care of yourself. Okay, so you understand what I'm saying. Sarah and I, on our recent trip, we had the opportunity to encounter some really powerful psychic forces. So powerful and in ways that we'd never experienced before that I and myself said, if I get out of this, there's no way in hell I'm going to want to go back here again. And I'm talking about so far as the psychic dimensions of that. We live in kind of like a protective cocoon, you know how it is? You surround yourself with light, you choose to live light, and you're actually doing something for yourself. You really are. But then if you step into another dimensional realm where you're not used to it, and you don't feel that comfort of what you call the normalcy of your life, then you just start experiencing other things that you would not otherwise. So I'm saying to you that the times that we're in right now are giving us the opportunities to do what we need to do, and that is get really clear about who we are and where we're going. Stop and think about it, and you come to the realization you are not of 3D in any form. It's just not who you are. So it's time for you to gently push away those 3D fears and explore your new lessons. And what are your new lessons? They're love. Learning how to love. They are of joy. They are of peace. Imagine in yourself that you go ahead and you say, I've had it with judging. I've had it with attaching myself to other people's stuff, even the stuff that has been generated inside of me. I've had it. I'm going to enter into a state of non-attachment, and what do you experience? The expansiveness of peace. It's there. It is an actual reality. But it's for us to generate it from within, to then be able to interact with it without and find it to become a living reality. These are things for us to discover. These are things for us to go ahead and move forward. Manifestation. Probably all of your life you've been chasing after manifestation. And you've gotten involved in metaphysics, and you've gotten involved in positive thinking groups, and all for the designed intention of improving your manifestation. Have you ever noticed how you stay in that frame of reference? What about approaching it differently? And realizing that really what you're here for right now is to come to a place of self-realization and growth of the soul and spiritual enrichment as a way of life. That if you approach these as what you are after and what you're living for, you'll find the miracle of manifestation happening because of what you are choosing instead of you going after manifestation as the cause of your being. Now, maybe I'm talking something that just doesn't resonate with you at all, and that's all right. Sometimes I don't find it resonates with me either. And that's part of where we are right now. Sometimes we think like a 3D'er. Sometimes we act like a 5D'er. It's all a part of what's going on right now. So give yourself some room to stretch so that you can self-actualize and infuse your beingness so that you then find the miraculous manifestations occurring because as a result of instead of directly because. Now, in the first part of the service you heard in the prayer, you also heard in the opening about us having guides. Well, even in old 3D order religions, we're taught to believe that we have guides. Well, 3D religions can't be completely bad. They've got to have something there that they've been giving people aside from just come on so we can control and manipulate you. So take into account the realization that we live in a multi-dimensional reality that is populated by a number of beings. And what's happening on planet Earth right now, this 5D awakening experience, is drawing to us those who are of a higher spiritual order that come from different realms to help us help ourselves. But you have to call upon them. And please realize that in calling upon them, it isn't the 3D way of, oh, please God, do this for me. It's you get yourself together and you start doing it for yourself, but you do it with the attending realization of the extra special ordinary help that you have available that will help you help yourself. And that's a qualifier. They'll help you help yourself, but they're not going to spoon feed you. As a matter of fact, you may even get irritated by the way that they do it because they won't do it for you. They'll lead you perhaps up to the way, and then it is for you, it is for me, it is for us to do it for ourselves. How else are you going to come to a place of self-realization? That, you heard the first word? Self-realization, not other realization that then is transposed on you. You do it yourself. So this is absolutely marvelous that this is occurring now, but the marvel of it only becomes your living reality when you tune into it, you hook up with it, and you choose to live it as best you can. So, are you up for figuring it out for yourself?
Yes.
Or do you want to go back to, wait a minute, that was a really meek yes. Are you up for doing this for yourself?
Yes.
That's a little better. See, you got to have some authority with this. You really do. I mean, it's the authority of you that's going forth here. Or you can slip back into the 3D dynamics where somebody will say, I'll do it for you, but it's at the sacrifice of you. Always it's at the sacrifice of you. There'll be somebody there willing, but your choice. So, I want to personally say I'm so glad to be able to be here and be with you. And I also want to say thank you for choosing to be here with me so that together we can connect, and in our connections find that it benefits us all. And perhaps what we choose to do with our lives is going to translate into help that someone else is going to recognize, that they will take and apply in their own experience and find that they too begin the process of waking up, of self-realizing, of self-actualizing. So thank you. For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.